Hey, it's Mike here. In this video, we're going to jump on the screen here just a second, but I wanted to just take a second to let you know why I'm creating this video for you, because I get it. Maybe you're somebody that's already really successful in a certain thing. Maybe you're making good money, but you don't have leverage. You don't have time. Like the guy I was talking to last night, he's doing good, but he's like, if I'm not here doing this thing, it doesn't go and work. And so I wanted to show you why I got into creating online programs, memberships, and even doing some high ticket consulting. And I just want to share with you what that system looks like and how this can work for you. So if you're an entrepreneur, a coach, a consultant, a course creator, somebody that wants to basically get paid for their knowledge instead of their time so that you have leverage, you have unlimited earning potential, and you can basically craft out and design out a life that you really like, makes you and your family happy, and gives you those freedoms to do what you want while earning that top 1% income, which starts at like $1,000 a day and then just goes up from there. But having really good profits, having really happy customers, and really unlocking the actual time freedom to go enjoy your life, you're gonna love this video. So let's hop into it. I think you're gonna love this. All right, so the headline for this video is Unlock Unlimited Earnings. Transform your expertise into passive income and then break free from the time and money trap. So that's what I wanted to do. I was literally like, what can I do where I can work from anywhere? I can make as much money as I absolutely want to. I can actually help people. And I can do something that I actually love to do. So, it took me a while to figure out what was going to give me that combination of things. But then I found, online programs. And, I didn't start that way. I started doing, services and things like that. And now I've got clients that range anywhere from making 20 million plus per month in businesses that you would never imagine could do that, all the way down to somebody that's trying to figure it out for the first time. And so if you're a coach, an entrepreneur, you know that you can't keep trading your time for dollars, and you want that same kind of thing where you've got high profits, you've got the ability to, do what it is that you love to do, and you can actually have happy customers that get a really great result from your product, then I think you're really going to enjoy this. But I just want to share a couple things with you that I think are really going to open your eyes to some of the stuff that happens out there when it comes to just like going through our life. Sometimes it feels like a robot, right? Just doing the same pattern over and over, and you're not really getting anywhere. It's just like, this is it, huh? So let's take a look at this. So it says that the average American spends over 90,000 hours at work over the course of their lifetime. That's like 4,000 days, and that's more than 11 years, right? And it's like we're just trading time for money, and then we don't even have time to play with the money or go do things with it, or we're so from it. I don't know if you feel this way. I know I can't be the only one, because I've worked with a lot of people over the years. I've been doing this stuff since 2007, and I've worked with thousands of people, and they get this feeling too, right? It's that same type of feeling. And, I just want you to know that there is a different way going about this. And I've talked to people that are doing extremely well, right? They're making way above top 1% income, but they don't have time freedom. And so what I'm talking to you about is the combination of those three things. And I really don't know anything that I've seen yet outside of being able to do like real estate and things like that, but still it doesn't have the same sort of leverage that this does, in the sense of like being able to do things that make you extremely happy while also allowing you to work very, very in an autonomic sense where you can like really control a lot of things. And whether the economy goes up or down, you still have power, right? So another thing is like the people that are out there and they're doing the 9-to-5 grind, they might be listen, I've got friends that make ridiculous money and they work 9-to-5, but they're like, man, I would take half of this to do this other thing. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. And it shows that studies show that 70% of American workers are disengaged at work. 80% say at any time they're ready to jump ship for a better opportunity. But the problem is most people, the idea of thinking about quitting that, people call them golden handcuffs, where they said there's two powerful drugs, right? And, one of them is like, crack. The other one is, a salary. And so it's like that. It's like, they're paying you just enough to get you just a little bit further so you can build up your lifestyle just a little bit more so that you can just make a little bit more, and you're kind of caught in this thing. And listen, I'm not against the jobs and the 9-to-5 thing. Listen, I'm not against it. I'm just talking to you, the person that actually wants a different thing. They want leverage and freedom, time freedom, right? Imagine if you were just making, and I'll be like, maybe you can't imagine this. It's completely possible, okay? We're doing it all the time. But imagine making $2,000, $3,000 a day and only having to put in a couple hours of work and actually being able to go do stuff and be able to do things and enjoy things and have people that really enjoy what it is that you're helping them with. And you can do it from the comfort of your computer, okay? This isn't get rich quick. This isn't press a button, you're rich. This isn't, hypey, hoofy, foofy. You got to work. You got to build this thing. You've got to do the work to get it built up. But you could spend your whole life doing this thing, building somebody else's dream. Or you could build your own. And even if it took a year, or if it took, 6 months or 90 days or whatever, right? Like, I just want you to think about, what is the risk of staying in what I'm doing versus what is the risk of me doing what I could do or want to do, and like how much more fulfilling would that be? And imagine being able to do that, because if you can get to $1,000 a day, you can get to 2,000. If you can get to 2, you can get to 3, and you can work your way up. I mean, people will spend their whole life literally working for somebody else, building their dream, and they're like unhappy about it, but they don't know where to go from it. And it's like, it's really scary because they're like, what if it doesn't work out? And what I love about this is you can actually, you can phase into this without having to just drop everything and quit your job and just, blow yourself out into this like weird world of, uncomfortableness and what could happen. You don't have to do that. Okay. That's what I really, really enjoy about what's available to us today. Okay. And it's really about thinking about, to be able to travel, right? I love to travel. The whole fact that we can do this Airbnb thing, you can literally rent a house. My rent here is like around $3,500 for rent. And then, with all the bills and everything, it's like, I don't know, $7,000 a month or something like that. Maybe a little bit more. I don't know. And I can spend half of that and go be in an Airbnb somewhere that's completely furnished, beach view. And I mean, we've got a nice view here. We got a lake in the backyard and crap like that. But I'm talking about you can just travel around. You can go to Spain. You can go to like all these incredible places that are incredible. You got internet access. You can live the way you want to live. And I mean, that's just something that, we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to go do that. And for the next year and beyond, or however long we can put up with it or whatever, each month or every couple of weeks, we're going to move to a new location that's fully furnished. We might be in something that's like not so cool to something that's like, whoa, and it's because of this business that it allows us to do that. Because we can work from, anywhere. We can pursue our passions instead of just being in that same old routine that just is like, get up, take a shower, and you like do everything the same, right? You brush with the same, you do everything just feels the same, daunting every day. But if it's not so much that it's like, people talk about passive income, and all that stuff. And I'm not trying to just talk, because you have to pay attention to this thing, right? Like I'm working right now, but this isn't hard for God. I'm just talking to you, right? And so you can create multiple streams of income that come in from you. Maybe you have some digital products paying you. Maybe you just have a membership site. Imagine having just 1,000 people. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Imagine just having 1,000 people that gave you $50 a month or 100. Imagine having 2,000 people doing that. Think about something like that. Imagine having 10 customers that pay you $5,000 a month or $5,000 each month. You find 10 new people, helping them the way you can help them, the way you want to help them. Having, some affiliate money coming in from the different things that you suggest that they use while you're helping them. Right? When you figure this out, what I'm sharing with you, like I said, it's not a get rich quick scheme, right? But this is a proven path to freedom and fulfillment. I mean, since 2007, we've been doing this stuff, right? It's not always been easy. I've crashed and burned many times, right? But you learn each time, you get better, and we've gotten a grip on it now. But this is something that's real. And I also want you to think about something else. Like, when was the last time that you got a raise at work, right? And did it actually make a big difference in the overall quality of your life? For many people, the answer really truly is no, right? And even if you do make a six-figure salary, if you're still trading your hours for dollars, it's like you'll never be able to escape those golden handcuffs or that time for money trap. But if you can create a passive income stream, you can actually take what it is that you're good at. Most people are very good at something, and they can leverage that expertise. And you can actually grow something exponentially over time that continues to grow and compound and grow and compound. But the great thing is it's not any extra effort off your part. The reason why I named my company Make Once is because if you make this thing once, if you learn how to make this machine, this automated machine once, you can profit from it forever. You can make it once and sell it over and over and over again. Like, the most ultimate scalable asset that you have is your knowledge, right? So if you can learn how to productize your knowledge or productize what it is that you know, and you can help somebody get from, point A over to point B, if you can get them across this gap right here, that is how you're going to earn. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you here in this video. I don't want to go too crazy long, but I just want to make sure that you get this stuff. So the first thing we're going to talk about here is, what is passive income? Why is it so valuable? Well, number one, I hate using the word passive income, but I don't know what else to call it at this point. Leveraged income. It's where you do the work one time and you continue to get paid for it. Okay. You still have to pay attention to it though. You can't just neglect it. It's not like you're just, oh, hey, it can be that way for a while, but then you got to come back and, make sure it's being taken care of. But I'm about being real with you. I like helping people, man. I mean, if you don't want to help people, then just stop watching. Like this isn't like your thing, right? You need to, figure something else out. But with passive income, the reason why it's different than active income, like a regular job, is because, again, you can make something once that has massive value. And because of technology today, it can be out there working for you, helping people, getting people across. And you can also build communities where the community also becomes part of the value that they get, where they can get help from that. And so it's like you do the work once and it pays you over and over and over again. And the different types of, like, I'm just going to keep calling them passive income streams for now, but leveraged income, whatever. You've got online courses that you can create. Okay. Like, that's what I've got here. I've got this program called Build Lab. I've got some stuff about it in the description or whatever, but it's basically, it shows you how to launch one of these businesses in no time with just these simple phases. And this is what I show you how to create inside of Build Lab. I just show you how to create what I created here. But you can create an online program, and you can take people through a series of steps, and you can help them get to the result that they want, because that's how we get paid as entrepreneurs. When we get somebody in a current situation, we get them across this gap right here with the steps that we give them. That's how they pay us for that. They want to get the problem solved easier, faster, better, more fun, less expense, less cost, right? So you can create that. You can create a membership community. You can create a hybrid of these, which is what I have. This is actually my Build Lab program. It has a private community with it. It also has an online course in it. And I go live with people twice a week to help them get support and work through the program so they can have fun doing it, meet great people, collaborate, get help, and all that stuff. And it's exactly what I show you how to do. But I'm just trying to give you an example of what works. And then you can create digital products. So a lot of these things, like for instance, in step 4 here, I teach you how to create a lead generator, something that can continue to generate leads for you over and over and over again. Example of this, like if you go down in the description, you can go over to my website, makeonce.com, and you'll see an example of one of my lead generators. Okay, so if you go here, you'll be able to. I got a blueprint. It's actually a really awesome training. You'll get a lot of value out of it because I break down this whole map here. But I could turn just one of these steps of my program into a product that I could sell for a couple $100, maybe $1,000, depending on how deep I go with it. And I'm going to share with you here in a second some of the things that you can think about in terms of like what you can price things. But these are things that you can create one time, and then they can continue to work for you, right? And the benefit of these things is you're able to earn while you're sleeping. You know, the famous cliche line, earn in your sleep, right? Or while you're on vacation. We were out in Galveston over spring break with the kids and stuff like that. And it was insane. You know, like we're out there by the beach and money's coming in from programs and things like that, right? And it's unlimited scalability and growth. You can take these things to as far as you want. You know, I heard, I don't know how accurate this is or how true it is. I mean, I doubt it's off too far, but, you know, Grant Cardone, I'm sure you've heard of him. You know, he was talking about how they do $4 million a week. And I know he does real estate and all that stuff, but he said they've made close to $1 billion in digital product sales over the years, right? Now, he's been at it for a long time. But the point I'm getting at is there's a lot of potential there. And, you know, truly, like one of the things that I talk about that I think is so cool is this e-learning market. You know, Straits Research here, they said the e-learning market, which is what we're talking about here, creating online courses and memberships and things like that, $645 billion by 2030. It's already at 300 something billion now. It's like over $1 billion a day. That's plenty of room, you know, in terms of being a potential there. And you know, is it good? You know, and even here, is it a good business to start? A good year to start a business? Yeah. You know, there's a lot of things that are happening out there that it's really a great time to do this. You know, with courses and stuff like that, you have low investment. There's no physical products. So you don't have to worry about shelving and shipping and all that stuff and returns and all that crazy stuff. You get to revolve this around your passion. You can create unique offers because there's only one of you, right? You can provide massive amounts of value, super high profit margins because it's really, they're buying information. You can work from anywhere. You can work at your own pace. You can create recurring revenue. And regardless of the economy, like when things were all going crazy in 2020 and all the way up till, I mean, some would say even now, right? We've been steady. Things have been great because we're just helping people solve specific problems that are outside of that. But, you know, those are some of the benefits, okay? And how do you unlock these things? Well, first off, what you're going to do is you need to identify some areas of expertise and explain why your expertise has value to others. Now, I teach you how to do this in our perfect product roadmap here, okay? But I'll give you a little insight to it right now. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to, first off, you need to brainstorm and think about what is it that I'm really good at? You know, if I ask my friends, hey, what am I the best at? They're going to give me some ideas. And then also think about what are you passionate about? What do you have skills in? And then you can, you know, I teach you in this process. Where do I have it here? It's basically this process here. I talk about this in another video, but right here during this part of the process of Build Lab, I teach you how to go research the market and figure out like what are you really going to be doing, right? How do you discover a problem that you can solve that people actually want to solve so that you can charge for it? But once you do that, then what we do is we do a brain dump. We kind of get everything out and we organize it down into something like this here, where you've got this thing that people can see the map of how to get from point A, where they have this current situation, they're having a struggle, and they want to get to point B, which is their desired situation where they're not struggling. They get the answer they're looking for. And I show you how to create one of these things here and really lay that out and create a nice program. Then we convert this thing into this thing. So it's pretty looking and you can use it for, essentially it becomes all of your marketing, right? It becomes the source to everything that you do. And you can, once you create this roadmap here, okay, the really neat thing about it is it becomes everything. You can use this thing for your lead generation magnets. You can create disruptive visuals, kind of like what I'm using here. You know, these visuals here help a lot, and it separates you in the marketplace because you don't see anybody else doing this because I created all of these things, right? You're not going to see somebody else with this same image unless they're using mine, right? But it separates you from the noise. You can create really high value email automations using your roadmap because each one of these steps in here, I know my pin's really big right now, but each one of these steps becomes part of your emails. And then you can create irresistible marketing funnels because during the research phase, we really find out like what actually makes things work for these people? What actually gets them going? What is it that they cannot not look at? And the other thing is I teach you how to use Chat GPT like a complete gangster, right? Where you know how to do that and use that. And I teach you the raw way, like here's how to fly the plane with just the gauges and instruments. And then here's how to use this advanced AI tool that even speeds up more of the process, which just makes you more fundamentally and more principally bound to be evergreen and growing consistently, right? And then I show you how to create these unique offers and premium offers that are essentially endless once you get going. And then we use this to create really cool videos like this. Like this is a YouTube video, right? But you might be even seeing part of this as a TikTok or an Instagram reel or a tweet on Twitter, or you might be seeing this as a YouTube short, like a section of this, because that's what my fractal marketing method is. It's where we take something like what I've got here, this long form video that I'm creating, and I chop it up into these little bits and pieces here so that you can have really awesome marketing, right? So we take it, chop it up, and then we create this little schedule here. And through organic marketing, you can make some really powerful things happen in terms of business growth and scaling. And what I love about it is it builds your brand and your audience. And the more you build that, the easier things in your life get in terms of business. And it just makes it fun, right? And I've ran ads where we were thousands of dollars a day we were spending on ads to not needing to do that anymore. And getting better outcomes. And then once you have this roadmap, okay, then you, like I said, you can take each one of these steps now and turn it into its own little roadmap, which then becomes little products and programs and different streams of income if you so choose. You could use just this one funnel here that I give you, and you could just use one offer and set up this one system for follow-up. And with one offer, one system, one platform, you can reach heights that most people will never reach ever in their life, even with a six-figure job. So, and again, I'm not saying that's what you're going to do because I don't know you and I don't know your work ethic. But what I am saying is it's possible and we're doing it. So if you follow the same path, then I assume that you would get a similar result, which is what our clients would attest to. So, the different ways you can monetize, as I've told you, is you can do like an online course, which I think is one of the best. You can do offer high ticket consulting services. So some people that I work with them one-on-one, and we work in a very one-to-one capacity. We get on the phone more. They're getting more of me all the time, and I charge higher ticket for that. And I can do a couple of those a month, and that is really powerful, right? And it's easy. I can do it from anywhere. And it's very, very valuable to them. And then you could have like a membership site, okay? I don't know if you're, I don't know. This guy's kind of like he's kind of been a word in the media, but that Andrew Tate fella, let's not worry about who he is or what he does or anything like that in terms of who he is. I'm not trying to talk about that. But what I do know is he has a membership site that he charges $49 a month for. And, based off what it says on his website and stuff like that, he's got several 100,000 members in there. Even at 100,000, I'll let you break the math down on that. But let's just say you had 1,000 people giving you $49 a month, or 100, or 500, or 2,000, So it's not always, I've got to have this humongous niche and all this stuff. If you have 1,000 true fans, 1,000 people that are paying you $50 a month, life will be radically different for you. I promise you. Okay. And then, as you do this, what's really cool is, you're watching this video and maybe you share it with somebody that's interested in this kind of stuff or whatever, but you start getting a loyal following. I'm showcasing my expertise by just naturally trying to help you see this, and it helps you build your brand. And, this YouTube video, obviously it's not live, so I'm doing something else, which is, again, part of the leverage thing. But then, this thing's out here forever working for me, driving people back to my website. You might be somebody that goes to makeonce.com and watches my free training and wants to learn more about this stuff. But, and some people won't, right? But this is the way that you can generate leads and things like that. So here's the common pitfalls that people go through when they're trying to do this. Okay, one of them is they don't niche down enough. They go too broad. Okay, and there's a lot of shiny objects out there. I get it. So it can be confusing. We try to obviously get you through the guru minefield. people don't know how to provide value, so therefore they don't provide enough of it. And they don't have a sustainable automated business model like the one we share with you inside of our program. I essentially have created all the stuff for you. I share with you and show you and coach you and teach you and support you through taking me out of it, putting you in it, and helping you create your own authentic thing that is impactful and changes your life and changes other people's lives. And, I've tried to do everything I can to make it as simple for you as I can. And I'm hoping like free information like this is helping you understand, what we can actually help you do in a paid way. But I also want you to just kind of maybe watch what I'm doing a little bit, because you can do these same things. I mean, it's not like I'm some super personality over here or I'm dancing in front of Lambos. I'm just walking through something with you, and I've got some references over here to show you as we move through it so that you can see the map, or you can see the way of how this can work for you. Right? And you can do the same thing. And when you're doing something that you'll be better at this, because you'll know your thing, and it's easy for you to talk about that because you'll know how to help people with the way we set it up. The other thing, that you can do to avoid running into some of these problems is show you how to really do market research. I just created a video a couple days ago where I break down how I go out and actually do this. And when I put that video on TikTok, it was like a 50-second video. It jumped to like 30,000 views in a day, and people were like really liking that. So you might go check that out. It's a pretty cool video. It's over at my TikTok. You can just search my name, Mike Gowans, on TikTok. It's like at Mike Gowans or whatever. It's pretty cool little video. It's obviously short, so you can check it out. But you also need to have a clear value proposition. And by creating the roadmap that I'm talking about, you'll have one of those, and it'll be easy to talk about it, because you can just point at it like this. You can be like, so here's what we do, to get you through this. And then you need to constantly try to improve your offerings. I'm always trying to do this. Like, I'm always trying to make it better. And that's what we teach you in this whole section here, is the raw materials section. And then also up here in the audience community conversion, I go deeper about how to listen to your audience and like how to understand your email list and the way they're responding. And when you get on these like Zoom calls that you'll do for your people, you really learn a lot. You learn about how can I make this more efficient. And we're constantly, as the tools and the technology improves throughout our business life, we're constantly updating and improving our build lab so that it fits for that. And you always have what you need to have a powerful automated machine. You're always able to generate traffic to your offers, and you have the raw materials to make this thing work constantly. And what I teach you in the traffic engine here, I've got people that they're brick and mortar businesses, or they don't even sell online courses, but the way I teach them how to generate leads up here in this section is completely worth it to them, and they get a really strong return on that. So anyway, hopefully that helps you. And then, at any time, if you have questions about what I'm going through, or you want to know more, you can learn more over at my website, makeonce.com, or just use the comments below. Ask your questions, any suggestions or things you're needing help with. So I wanted to share some like success stories, maybe of some people, and maybe not so much as some people. I hate doing that, because then it's like, I don't know what they're going to do or what they're doing, or, there's always like something weird with that. So instead, what I want to do is just give you some examples of like some passive income streams, and basically just kind of explain how they work. Okay. And then, I just want you to know that this is something that if you're willing to, we're wrapping up here. If you're willing to put in the time and the effort, and you're dedicated, you have the heart, you want to help people, you love helping people, and you want to build something that's sustainable, that's automated, that really leverages your knowledge so that you can earn with your knowledge instead of your time, then this can be absolutely possible for you. Okay. I'm not saying it will work for you. Again, saying you're going to do something and actually doing it, or following the right steps, and I don't know your work ethic and blah, 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 blah. I'm just saying that if you're somebody that is like me, I didn't have a choice. Like I had to do something. I couldn't imagine not living in a way that was in line with what I wanted. It was just, I don't know. It just drove me insane. And I still to this day, I work on it every day, trying to even improve it every single day. So if you feel me on that, you're gonna dig this. So you have online courses, okay? These are the three things that I primarily teach you right here, okay? How to create online courses, high ticket consulting service, and membership sites. So together you'd have like this really neat product suite, all digital, all leveraged, very helpful. But all of these kind of feel the same, but there's a little bit different intensity in terms of how you are interacting with it. So like the online courses, you get a video training, you get a, like a pre-recorded, like I have these modules here in mine are all video recorded, right? They're pre-recorded so you can access them right away. I update them as need be, but you have the right path and process. You get a private community because if you've ever been around my content before, I always talk about the three things that you really need to be successful in life. And you have to have the heart and you have to have the willpower to do it, right? That's the one thing you need. The next thing you need is you need the blueprint, or you need the map or the roadmap, right? You need a standard operating procedure. And then you also need support, right? You've got to have these three things married together for you to have the success that you want. It's really, why do you think the Michael Jordan at the end of his career still had multiple coaches, right? Because it's not just about having the blueprint. It's you got to have support along the way because things happen. I remember a quote somebody said to me one time. They were like, well, it was a quote question, whatever. They're like, how do you cross a minefield? And everybody's like, oh, they came up with all these weird things. And he goes, you just look at the footprints in front of you and you see the ones that made it out the other side, and you follow those footsteps and you do not waver until you get out the other side. Then if you want to go through it again dancing to your own rhythm, that's up to you. But when there's a minefield out there, you find the footsteps that maneuvered all the way through that thing, and you follow those steps and you do not waver. So just like that, you need somebody that's been there, somebody that's done it, that are doing it, and they can literally help you miss these landmines so that you can get there easier, faster, way less pain and hurt, and obviously a lot less expensive in both time and money. And then you want to give live weekly support, okay? So like with us, we do Zoom twice a week. Every Monday, I go in the evening. Every Thursday, I go in the morning. So we have time differences. It'll work for them. But I get on there for a couple hours, and it's a collaboration Q&A call. We work together. This is an actual screenshot. We work together and help people through this, right? And they have questions as they go out there, because once you get it all set up, once you have the thing dialed in, right? Then it's like, that's when the fun begins, because now you're going to go out there and get some experience, and you're going to come back from the battlefield and go, oh, this happened. And it's like, okay, cool. Here's what we did to get through this, or here's what somebody else that went through that did, or somebody else will chime in, right? And help you through that. But you can charge, $300 to $6,000 for an online course, or you can make it recurring or whatever. Okay. So you can kind of pick and choose in there, depending on your subject matter, the intensity of what you're teaching. There's a lot of little things that we cover that help you determine the price points, but this gets you in the ballpark. And then for like high ticket consulting, you can charge anywhere from, and this could be one time or recurring, you can charge anywhere from $3,000 to $20,000. Some people charge $50,000 a year. Some people charge $250,000 a year. It just all depends. I heard Tony Robbins is like $1 million a year for like personal coaching, stuff like that. But in my high ticket consulting, I like to also give them video training, the private community, the weekly live support. I let them in on all, but then there's more one-on-one. So the more it becomes you involved with them, the price goes up, and because you're getting them there even faster, and in a different way. And then you've got your membership sites, $49 a month to $1,000 a month. I mean, these aren't like, some people can pull off more or less, whatever, but this is just kind of a good range. And the membership site has all the same things, but it's just a little bit different because it's more community driven, where other people in the group, kind of like a mastermind, like the people in the group are just as powerful as it's not just about the person that started the group. It's about everybody in there and what it creates and collects. And the way we grow all of these is through a simple funnel. It's all automated. And then we have these follow-up emails, and I'll tell you what, the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? It is this. People don't do enough of this. They don't know how to do this, and it's so critical. It is the driver. And so, we create this program. We have a certain platform that we put it on so that when somebody does sign up, they can pay. They get access to a private portal that has their classroom in it, their course. It has their community in it, and then it has the weekly calendar that they can get in there and register for the calls, which is basically all the stuff that we do here inside of Build Lab. That's what we do here. But then it becomes this, right? Once you get set up, it's like you attract, and then you convert, and then you deliver on your promise. And if you do a good job there, it'll help you attract more. So it's a beautiful little flywheel. And the other great thing about this is it's fun, right? It's really fun to help people. It's fun to be able to do what you want, being able to help people the way you want around the ideas and the things that you love to do. And I can't stress that enough, how exciting it is, how honoring it is, how I don't know, it's a different feeling. When I get messages from last night I was talking to a guy and he was like having one aha moment after another. He's a 3D printer. And it was just so, it was warming me up, like how excited I was to see him unlocking and seeing this for the first time. And, his story was just so great. The video is actually on my YouTube channel. It's a weekly Q&A call that we did. It was, April 3rd or something like that. So yesterday, something like that. So you can go check that out. But it was just so neat watching that. And I can't tell you how fulfilling that is. But what we do is, my first goal is to get you to 1,000 leads, because if we can get you to there, based off the average conversion rate of lead to sale, if you've got the system set up, it is 1% to 5%. 1% being more expensive of a product, 5% being a lesser expensive. But if we can get you to these 10 to 50 sales, it does a lot. Number one, it builds your confidence. You understand that this can actually be real for you. You learn so much there. You have some power because of what you'll earn, and my goal is to just get you to here. That's like my first goal is get you $1,000 a day. Because if you can do that, you can do anything, right? If you can do that, you can do anything. And you can get whatever. It gives you the power to be able to do more, right? So we go from getting your first 1,000 leads, then it's like, how do we get you to 1,000 leads a month? How do we get you to a couple hundred leads a day to where you're doing a sale a day or more? And then from there, you can ride the bike, and I don't need to hold the seat so much. But you'll come back because there's just different levels as you go through, but we're here for you, as long as you're involved with us here at Build Lab, we're here to help you. And, it's kind of like a family here, but we discover a problem that you can solve, that people are actually seeking to solve, right? So that's important. Then we create an offer and a message, okay? Then we develop your perfect product roadmap, and then we build out that perfect step-by-step solution. And I literally show you the tools that I use, the software that I use, how I do it, how I edit, how I turn everything, like as if I had to teach myself again exactly what to do and do it in a much faster time. We show you how to build lead magnets, sales videos, sales funnels. I've got sales scripts if you're selling really high ticket stuff, because it typically requires a phone call. I show you my fractal marketing method, which I kind of came up with the name of that, and I don't know, whatever. It's pretty cool little method, I'll tell you. It's been extremely powerful for all of us. And then I show you how to create powerful content like what I'm creating here. If you found this valuable, let me know. Hit the like or something that helps the channel. Maybe subscribe so you don't miss the next one or whatever. You do what you want. But I show you how to create content like this. I know this is helpful because I'm creating content that I needed when I was in your position trying to figure this stuff out. And so I show you how to do the same thing, because there's a method to my madness here. I'm not just like, oh, whippity-doo. I'm not just doing this off the cuff, right? But anyhow, and then we continue to scale to a point of, high profits, help people get results, automate everything so you can unlock that freedom, that leverage. And I just show you different ways to do that. So, but what I'm sharing with you here is what this looks like. And yeah, you got to build this thing out. We build it out, and you got to understand the parts and pieces. But once you have this, it can't be taken from you. Once you learn how to do this, you can get as creative as you want. This is for that creative person. So, I hope you found a lot of value in this. There's probably a video popping up here on the screen right now that can show you some more cool stuff. But if you like this, let me know. If you want more free training like this, I've got some stuff down in the description here. If you have questions, if you want other content, if you have questions about this content, just let me know down in the comments so I can, keep creating something that helps you move past these different barriers, okay? So hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you in the next video.